Today's tutorial is about the newest hero in the game, Sora. At first glance, he may seem like a harmless hero, but don't be fooled by his cheerful appearance. In reality, Sora is a true monster on the battlefield. His passive allows him to switch between two additional forms that completely change his playstyle. In Thunder mode, Sora greatly increases his offensive potential, turning into a deadly assassin capable of dealing massive damage. In Torrent mode, he adopts a tank-like playstyle, with all of his skills focused on crowd control, making him extremely disruptive in teamfights. Without a doubt, Sora is one of the most mechanically complete heroes in the game. In today's video, I'll explain in a simple and clear way how his passive works, go over his skills and combos, and finish by showing some builds and tips to help you maximize your gameplay with this true storm monster. Passive. Sora can switch between two different forms using the ultimate button, which is divided into two directions. By holding the button and dragging it to the left, Sora enters Thunder mode for 10 seconds. In this form, he converts 30% of his max HP into physical attack, following a 10% conversion ratio, adopting a much more aggressive, assassin-like playstyle. An important detail is that the HP cost is only applied after the form ends. By holding the button and dragging it to the right, Sora enters Torrent mode for 10 seconds. In this form, he converts 30% of his physical attack into max HP, taking on a more durable stance focused on tanking and applying crowd control. In this mode, almost all of his abilities are oriented toward control, making Sora extremely annoying in prolonged fights. When entering either form, all of Sora's abilities are enhanced. In addition, every time he deals damage to enemy heroes or summoned units, he gains stacks. Upon reaching 5 stacks, Sora can use an enhanced ultimate, which varies depending on the active form. Now that the passive is clear, let's understand how the abilities work in each form. Skill 1. In the normal form, Sora performs 2 attacks that deal physical damage based on his total physical attack, followed by a third strike that deals physical damage scaling with his max HP. During the execution of this ability, it is possible to dash in a direction using the joystick, making its use much more efficient. In Thunder mode, Sora performs 4 attacks instead of 2 and can move freely while casting the ability, greatly increasing his offensive potential. In Torrent mode, the ability works similarly to the normal form but with added effects. The first 2 attacks apply 40% slow, and the final hit stuns the enemies for a short duration. It is an excellent source of crowd control. Skill 2. In the normal form, Sora dashes in a designated direction and slams the ground upon reaching maximum range or colliding with an enemy hero. This impact deals physical damage based on Sora's total HP and applies 40% slow for a brief moment. Successful hits reduce the skill's cooldown by 2 seconds, which makes a huge difference in the late game. In Thunder mode, the movement is almost the same, but the slow effect increases to 50%. In addition, if the ability hits an enemy, it can be reused within 4 seconds, significantly boosting Sora's mobility and pressure. In Torrent mode, Sora lifts enemies along the dash path, dragging them to the landing area of the skill. Upon landing, he slams the ground, briefly knocking enemies into the air and applying 50% slow for 1 second. The damage continues to scale with total HP, just like in the other forms, but the main focus here is crowd control. Ultimate. In the normal form, the ultimate button is used only to switch between the 2 forms. When entering Thunder mode, Sora becomes immune while firing 3 lightning bolts that deal damage based on his total physical attack to nearby enemies. When the ability is enhanced with 5 stacks, Sora leaps into the air and strikes a designated area 16 times, dealing physical damage based on his total physical attack. During this execution, he can move freely, making the ability extremely lethal. In Torrent mode, upon activating the ultimate, Sora pulls enemies toward the center of an area around him, dealing physical damage based on his total HP while becoming immune to crowd control. It is somewhat similar to Veil's ultimate, but with less damage and more control. When the ultimate is enhanced in this form, the movement is similar to Thunder mode, but with only 5 hits instead of 16. The difference is that the damage scales with max HP, and each hit applies a stun, making this ability a powerful crowd control tool. With this set of abilities, Sora becomes an extremely complete hero, combining high damage, great mobility, and an absurd amount of crowd control. A true monster in the game. Combos. Sora has an almost endless variety of combos thanks to his 2 additional forms, which completely change how his skills work. To keep things simple, I'll go over a few of the easiest combos that are also very effective. The first combo is focused on crowd control and takes full advantage of the Torrent form to maximize control potential. Start in the normal form by using Skill 2 to engage. Then, activate your ultimate to switch into the Torrent form and immediately apply crowd control. Follow up with Skill 2 to extend the control, use Skill 1, and finish with your ultimate to apply yet another sequence of crowd control. When executed correctly, the enemy will be locked down for a long period of time. The second combo is focused on damage and makes full use of the Thunder form. Begin in the normal form to engage, then use your ultimate to switch into the Thunder form and deal damage right away. After that, use Skill 1, then Skill 2, and activate your ultimate again to apply a sequence of continuous damage. Of course, these are just examples to help you understand Sora's true potential. The most important thing is to practice and fully understand how his skills work. Once you do, you'll be able to execute countless combos naturally and automatically during matches. Builds and emblems. As explained earlier, Sora converts HP into damage and damage into HP. Taking this into account, an off-tank build is the most recommended option to fully unlock the hero's potential. War Axe is an essential item in almost any build due to the sustain, movement speed, and cooldown reduction it provides. Since Sora's enhanced ultimate in Thunder mode delivers 16 consecutive hits, its passive stacks extremely fast. The same logic applies to Hunter Strike and Brute Force Breastplate. Together, these items grant Sora a huge boost in mobility. Oracle or Queen's Wings are both excellent choices depending on the enemy composition, as they offer strong regeneration, HP, and cooldown reduction. Against teams with heavy magic damage, Radiant Armor is the best option, providing high magic defense along with a large amount of HP. Dominance Ice can make a huge difference when used in the right match. Since Sora is a strong fight initiator, this item can save his life in many situations. On top of that, its anti-heal effect is extremely valuable against certain heroes. As for emblems, the Fighter emblem is likely the best option for Sora, with the Tank emblem also being a viable alternative. It's still a bit early to say for sure. For the first talent slot, Thrill or Rupture are great choices. In the second slot, Festival of Blood or Tenacity are the most recommended. For the final slot, Impure Rage, Concussive Blast, or Brave Smite are all strong options. Regarding battle spells, the ones I recommend the most for Sora are Vengeance, Flicker, Purify, and in some situations, Petrify. The best choice will always depend on the match. These are some build options I put together based on Sora's passive, skills, and playstyle. Even though it's still early, these builds are very solid for a strong start, and I highly recommend them for anyone who is beginning to play this hero. Tips to improve your gameplay. Sora is a hero that combines high damage with great durability, but his full potential only truly starts to shine from level 4 onward, when he unlocks his ultimate. Before that, it's best to play more safely, maintain good positioning, and focus on farming. His first skill is excellent for clearing the lane in the early minutes without overexposing yourself, making it the best option to secure gold and experience at the start of the match. His second skill deals solid damage and applies a slow to enemy heroes, making it very useful for quick initiations, especially when playing alongside allies. Use this tool to surprise opponents and start stronger combos. Keep in mind that this ability is also one of your main escape options in critical situations, so knowing the right moment to use it makes all the difference. Now let's talk about Sora's 2 forms. The Thunder form is Sora's main source of damage, as it converts 30% of his HP into damage. It's ideal for securing quick kills in 1 versus 1 lane duels and is also extremely powerful in team fights. thanks to its high area damage that can completely turn the tide of a fight. In this form, Sora's first skill is perfect for quickly stacking his ultimate, since it performs multiple consecutive attacks. If you land the skill properly, you can easily gain 3 stacks. For that reason, avoid using your skills recklessly. Missing them can waste your time, ruin the form's potential, and get you killed before activating the enhanced ultimate. Remember, you have 10 seconds in this form, more than enough time to aim carefully and wait for the right moment to act. In the Torrent form, the main focus is tanking damage and applying crowd control. When choosing this form, it's highly recommended to start with the second skill while still in the normal form, hitting as many enemies as possible before transforming. Since this skill already applies crowd control during the transformation, it's perfect for grouping enemies and chaining combos. In this form, always prioritize hitting the maximum number of targets, as the range of Sora's abilities is significantly increased. Whenever possible, focus on carry heroes such as mages, marksmen, and assassins, as eliminating or neutralizing these targets gives your team a huge advantage. Finally, the most important aspect of playing Sora well is knowing which form to use in each situation. Even though both forms are extremely powerful, they each have weaknesses against certain heroes and enemy compositions. Carefully evaluate the scenario before engaging and choose the right form for each moment of the match. That's what separates a good Sora player from a truly dominant one. If this kind of content is helping you, check out the playlist dedicated exclusively to tutorials. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the upcoming videos. Thank you so much for the support, and see you in the next video.